So the base for this recipe is actually a Guajillo salsa. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out. Now, there's some tweaks to it, and I'll explain along the way, but it's basically that recipe. So we have some steeped dry Guajillos, steep them in hot water for 10 minutes. I'm gonna use half an onion. I'm gonna use half of this can of tomato sauce. Gonna use some salt, a little bit of pepper, about 1 package of Fideo, and about 3 or 4 garlic cloves, depending on the size. And we're gonna add we're gonna have 2 chile de árbol, as well as a little cube of Nor Suiza bouillon. Now, as you can tell, I've omitted from this recipe the clove and the oregano. You don't need that in this soup. Now from here, the recipe is gonna go by fairly quickly. So we're gonna add the garlic, guajillos, to reserve some of the liquid. Gonna put about half a cup of the steeping liquid. Seeds and everything does not matter. Now, yesterday I made some other stuff, so I have actually half an onion chopped. So we're just gonna throw that in there. Gonna add about, to start off, a tablespoon, about a teaspoon of salt, and then a couple grinds of fresh black pepper. You don't need to put that much because the pepperiness from the guajillos is gonna be enough. And then for that little bit of kick, I'm gonna add the bouillon, 1 little cube. Now we're gonna blend it. At this point, if you want to, you can add a little bit more water to help it along. And just like with the Guajillo salsa, we want to blend it as smooth as possible so we don't have to strain it. Because straining, you'll lose a little bit of that flavor. And like with most of the sauces, we are going to scrape down. Looking pretty smooth, as you can probably tell. It's looking pretty smooth. I want it a little bit more smooth. There's still tiny bits of chunks, and we don't want any of that. All right, then keep blending. There we go. It's looking good. Alrighty. Next step is the Fideo. So what we have here, I heated up a little bit of oil, very low heat. What we're gonna do is gonna toast all of this. And so what you want to do is you want to toast it, kind of like how you toast rice with when you make Spanish style rice or risotto. You don't want to burn it. I do like a little bit of crisp on it. And I see how it's a little toasted. That's kind of what you want. Right there. It's gonna bring out a little bit of nuttiness. I can go for a little bit longer. Now, as you can tell, I did change the pots. And that's because the other one was a little too small. There we go. It's getting there. Now see how toasty it is? At this point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook. It's gonna cook. If it sizzles, that is perfectly fine. Oh man, the aroma of this is amazing. Can't see it on this side, but you look at that. Oh my goodness. So this might not seem like a lot of liquid, and that's right, it's not a lot of liquid. So we're gonna add more of the steeping water, and for sure we're gonna add the tomato. Half of that can. And then we're gonna add the rest of the steeping water. And you might have to add more liquid, which we will 100% will. These are gonna expand. We'll bring this up to a simmer. And at this point, you wanna add the 2 chile de árbol whole. All right, we're at a little bit of a simmer, tiny bit of a rolling boil. So now, just let it cook. Top, turn the heat down. Let it cook for about 10 minutes. Should be enough. All right, so the soup is basically done. If you like it a little bit more liquidy, you can. At this point, you would taste it, see if it's good, and it is. Trust me. So now, the last thing we're gonna do, which is completely optional, And this is how I like to prepare my version of this. So we take some shredded cheese, use whatever you want, but I prefer some jack. Basically like a Mexican tomato soup or a fontina, whatever you want to call it. A little bit more cheese. Oh, cheese everywhere. And then on top, these crunchy Guajillo chilies. And you serve it with a quesadilla. Yeah, just look at that. Look at that hotness. Let's see. Oh, wow. And of course, with the quesadilla, that Guajillo really gives it a kick. Shout out to my grandma. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Le Cordon Bleu. Thank you guys for watching this video. Ooh, and the spice is getting to me. Remember to like and sub. Comment below what your favorite food is for when you're sick, because I'm a little sick. Follow for more recipes, travel vlogs, the podcast, all that jazz.